Welcome to WOW, Real Women, Real Stories, Real Lives. Today we're going to be talking about your value, which no one can take away. Journey with us as we do life. We have value embedded in us from birth. Sometimes during the journey of life, bad things happen to us and we begin to believe the lie that we no longer have any value. And when we do that, it affects our whole life. How we respond in relationships, how we value others is so critical to how we think about ourselves and the value we place on ourselves. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when we've been through hard times, difficult times, which most of us have had some experience of being devalued, it's really hard to get back on track and find the way out of that. Adele, tell me, when you've had those sort of experiences, how did you get back on track?
I think first of all, understanding that everybody goes through bad times and it's not only certain people.
Yeah.
I remember when there was a time, I'm a hairdresser. There was a point of time where I completely, did really badly in my work and there was a day where I thought I could never be a hairdresser again. But just helping myself understand that, that's not what it is and changing my thought process that it's not that I can never be, I just need to walk through it. Kind of helped me get back there and understanding you just need to change your thought process and value yourself.
Yeah, that's so true, isn't it? Because you are motivated in the direction of your belief. Yeah. So if you think back, bad thoughts, you begin to live like that. I'm kind of sometimes reminded, I don't know if you remember the times of those cassette tapes. Back in my generation, I almost feel like we have a cassette tape in our little brains. And sometimes we need to take out the one that's negative and put in the right one that's the true one that says that we really are of value no matter what's happening around us. Because when we put the right coding in, our whole life is a reflection of that, because then we believe right.
We listen to that over and over again.
Correct, because we all have an internal dialogue. Angie is talking to Angie all the time.
All the time.
We're all talking to ourselves. And the question is, what do we say to ourselves? When the majority of what we're saying to ourselves is negative, then we begin to act negative, or we begin to believe. If I keep thinking I am too fat, which you all know I am not, then that thought is going to make me believe and going to make me respond to that. So I'll be really careful about what I eat, because the mindset is I'm fat. And I've met people that are really, really gorgeous and slim, but they have this internal dialogue that says they're fat. So their whole thinking, feeling, acting, their responses, when they wear something, they just see themselves as, fat me, rather than the reality of who they really are, which is gorgeous and slim and beautiful. But they don't see that. It's like, what mirror are you looking at? The mirror that we see is completely different to the mirror that you see. Do you know what I mean? It's because of that internal dialogue. And if we can change that, we get a different outcome.
But I also think nowadays it's portrayed like being slim and tall, and that's the ideal, which, if someone that does not fit into that perfect category, then they feel that they are, they have a lower self-esteem, which is not true, isn't it?
Because
beauty is not external.
Yeah, we think value is supposed to be placed on physical attributes. So we place value in the wrong things, I think, nowadays. I think it's
and now
change.
There is such a focus on dressing compared to maybe 30 years earlier. But it's not about the external, it is, who we are.
On the inside.
We are on the inside, and who God has made us to be.
My beloved husband has this little saying, it's not what you wear, but how you wear it. So you don't have to wear Prada. You could be wearing nada, but wear it like Prada, and you can walk into a room and it's that inner beauty and inner confidence. The tape is right. It's not saying, oh gosh, I can't fit in, I'm not adequate. I don't have value, because then my value is being defined on the external and what I'm wearing rather than who I am. Kathleen, why is valuing ourselves a fundamental aspect in terms of us valuing others?
Because if we have nothing inside of us, I feel we have nothing to give to others. So I think it's important for us to understand that, people are hurt, and so people hurt others. And it is a reality that everyone has a story. Yes. Everyone has gone through difficult times. But if we can just focus on this God who can stand with us and turn everything around for our good, I think that would really give us the strength to go out and do something good for someone else.
Yes, that's right. That's so true, isn't it? Angie, what does intrinsic value mean to you?
Big words.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, but I think basically when you just break it down, I think it's value that is placed, that is already inside of us. You don't need to take it from somewhere.
That's true.
And it cannot be taken away from us either. It's intrinsic, which means it is already, I am born with it.
Yes, absolutely.
So exactly. So I'm a person who's born with value.
Yeah.
So once you realize that, once that phrase, intrinsic value, gets embedded in your thought process, I think it's gonna change everything. It impacts the thoughts you have, impacts the actions you do, and it impacts the way you view others as well. Because if you have intrinsic value, everybody around you has intrinsic value as well.
Absolutely. It's like that 500 rupee note.
Exactly.
It can come crisp and neat from the Reserve Bank of India when they issue it. Smells good as well. But hey, have you seen it after 3 or 4 years of being in circulation? It's picked up stuff. And when you get trampled upon in life, it doesn't alter your intrinsic value. That is still tradable. That 500 rupees can still get a latte and a muffin, or a biryani and, whatever else,
It's biryanis.
Angie, tell me where will you eat, darling? We'll all eat there together.
Some places can probably.
We go to Simsagar. but
I like what she said, that intrinsic value cannot be taken away from you. I really like that.
That's right. It's so true. So we should realize that, no matter what other people do to us, they're not taking away our value.
Yes.
And no matter what happens to other people, we don't see them, we don't perceive them as of being of less value. Because they too are valuable. And that changes the dynamics in terms of relationships. If I value you, I'll treat you good. If I don't value you, then you're disposable. So it comes back to this, us valuing. And I think it's really great that God loves us first, and He sees value in us. And because He showers value, on us, intrinsically at birth, we are able to respond to His love and love others and ourselves. And so often as women, we don't love ourselves enough.
That's what we've been taught anyway. The culture here always has the men bigger than us. But if we know our value inside, we'll be able to show it to people, and they won't even put us down if we know what we're doing.
Actually, that thought is a whole new episode.
Yes, thanks so much for joining in on the conversation. We would love to hear from you. Please tweet us your story. And remember, you have great value that no one can take away.